What happens when the hero gets everything he ever wanted? The girl, the fame, the power, and it starts turning him into the villain. That's the real question at the center of today's story. Spider-Man 3 isn't just about monsters. It's about what happens when the darkness gets inside and you stop fighting it. Let's get into it. Life is actually going well for Peter Parker for once. He's doing well in school, he's respected, and most importantly, he's finally working up the nerve to propose to the girl he loves, MJ, who's performing in her very first musical role. Peter shows up to watch her, proud and nervous. His best friend Harry is there too, though the mood around him is different. Harry knows Peter is Spider-Man, and he's been quietly carrying the belief that Spider-Man is responsible for his father's death. He's been preparing himself in his father's lab, getting ready to make Peter pay. Meanwhile, a man named Flint Marko is on the run from police. He makes it home just long enough for his wife to make clear she wants him gone. He's nothing but trouble, and she doesn't want it near their daughter. But his daughter is different. She loves her father without condition and presses her locket with her picture inside into his hands before he goes. Flint promises to get money for her medical treatment, whatever it takes. Peter visits his Aunt May and tells her he's ready to propose. His aunt, moved by this, gives him the ring his Uncle Ben once gave her. She reminds him that a man must be selfless to be a good partner. It's not about what he needs, it's about what he gives. Peter takes the ring, full of hope. The proposal doesn't happen that night. Harry intercepts Peter first, taking him up into the sky for a brutal aerial fight. The ring slips from Peter's hand mid-battle. Peter dives to catch it and eventually manages to win the fight, but he can't bring himself to finish Harry off. He's still his oldest friend. Peter carries an unconscious Harry to the hospital. When Harry wakes up, his memory of the recent past is gone. All the rage, all the grief over his father, all the hatred toward Peter traced. He just sees his best friend sitting at his bedside and greets him like nothing happened. Across town, Flint's escape from police leads him accidentally onto a restricted experimental testing field. He doesn't know what's happening there. What's happening is a particle experiment, and when the machinery activates, his body is completely disintegrated at the molecular level and then reconstructed. Mixed with sand, his body is now sand. He can dissolve, reform, harden into a battering ram, scatter, and reappear. When he pulls himself back together by sheer willpower, his daughter's locket in his mind holding him to who he is, he understands what he's become, a man who can't be stopped by ordinary force. MJ shows up at Peter's place that night, and she's struggling. Her first theatrical performance got rough reviews, and she's devastated by it. Peter, trying to be encouraging, gives advice that comes across as dismissive instead of supportive, and MJ leaves more hurt than when she arrived. Before they can sort it out, Spider-Man's phone rings. Emergency call. Peter goes, leaving MJ behind without really registering how badly that conversation just went. The incident is a malfunctioning crane tearing into a building. The inspector's daughter has been thrown off and is dangling from the structure. A news photographer named Eddie Brock is already on the scene trying to get the shot. Peter arrives as Spider-Man, rescues the girl, and the city's mood toward him turns warm again. The hero is back. At the newspaper, it turns out Eddie and Peter both work for the same boss. The boss is more impressed with Eddie's latest shots and assigns him the next big project. Peter pushes back. The boss makes his position clear. Whoever brings him negative pictures of Spider-Man gets the job. Peter is furious but files that away. Harry is discharged and Peter brings him home. They fall back into the easy friendship of before, joking around, spending time together, Harry laughing at stories about his father's life. Peter tells him his father loved him. It's a small, genuine moment between two people who don't know how briefly it's going to last. MJ gets fired from her show. She doesn't tell Peter. Flint, testing his new abilities, walks straight up to a group of police officers just to see what happens. What happens is that nothing they do can stop him. He walks away from the whole situation without a scratch. The city throws a parade for Spider-Man in honor of the rescue. Peter shows up in costume and soaks it in. Then Flint appears, heading for a cash van. He needs money for his daughter's treatment. Spider-Man intercepts him. The fight between them is unlike anything Peter has faced before. Flint reshapes himself endlessly, absorbs every blow, and keeps coming. Eventually, he retreats, and Spider-Man lets him go for now. Peter sets up the proposal dinner. He's nervous and prepared, but when he arrives, the girl he rescued from the crane is also there and makes a point of thanking him in front of MJ. MJ reads the warmth between them and leaves before Peter can explain anything. The ring stays in his pocket. Then Peter and his aunt go to the police station together, and they get news that changes everything. The man Peter once believed killed his Uncle Ben, they got it wrong. The real killer was Flint Marko, who had been present that night and fired the shot. Peter walks out of the station with the weight of this landing on him like a building. He spent years carrying grief about the wrong person, letting it shape him. And now the real killer is still out there, still alive. That guilt cracks something in him. When MJ comes to him that night, troubled and wanting to connect, he sends her away rudely. He falls asleep on his couch, still wearing the Spider-Man suit, and something happens while he sleeps. The alien symbiote that arrived on on a meteorite and coated his bike weeks earlier has been waiting. It moves across his body while he sleeps and bonds with the suit, and when Peter wakes up, his costume is pure black. The black suit amplifies everything: his speed, his strength, his aggression. Peter can feel the difference immediately. It feels incredible. He visits his physics professor, who examines a sample and warns him clearly: this organism bonds to a host and feeds on negative emotion. The longer it stays, the harder it is to remove. It will amplify the darkest parts of who you are. Walk away from it. Peter ignores him. He tracks Flint to a sewer system wearing the black suit, and the fight this time is driven by something different. Not justice, not protection. Revenge. He taunts Flint, makes him remember what he did to Peter's uncle, and beats him with genuine fury. When he figures out Flint's weakness, the sand is held together by moisture and water will dissolve him. He breaks open water pipes and watches Flint come apart and wash away. He tells his aunt he's avenged Uncle Ben's death. Aunt May goes very quiet. That, she tells him, is not what strength looks like. That's not what his uncle would have wanted. He was supposed to be better than that. Peter doesn't process this well. The black suit keeps feeding. He starts behaving badly, recklessly, arrogantly, with a casual cruelty that isn't him. He goes to Eddie's office and exposes that Eddie's photos were doctored. Eddie gets fired. Peter watches it happen without remorse. Then MJ calls Harry. She's lonely and unhappy, and they end up spending time together. It's harmless at first, but when Harry's memory suddenly comes flooding back, he sees exactly how to use it. He goes to MJ and tells her if she wants Peter to stay safe, she'll do what he says. She has to break up with Peter, make him believe she's falling for someone else. MJ makes the call. She thinks. Peter can't understand it. He shows her the ring, tells her he'd been planning to propose, tells her he wanted to spend his life with her. She says she's fallen for someone else and leaves. When Peter follows the thread, he finds MJ at Harry's apartment and realizes Harry is the someone else. He can't make sense of it. He walks away, but the black suit takes over that hurt and turns it into something uglier. Peter goes to Harry's house wearing the black costume and beats him viciously, taking him to his father's lab. Harry throws a pumpkin bomb to stop him. The explosion catches Harry across one side of his face, leaving him badly disfigured. Peter walks away. Alone, isolated, raging, Peter takes a girl to MJ's club, the girl from the crane rescue, openly, just to make MJ feel something. It's petty and cruel. The girl figures it out immediately and walks over to apologize to MJ directly. Peter's attempt to talk to MJ ends with him shoving a bouncer, and when MJ steps forward to calm things down, Peter accidentally strikes her. He stops. That's the line. He looks at his own hands and the suit on his body and finally understands what it's doing to him. Peter goes to a church to tear the thing off. He fights it. The symbiote doesn't want to leave. It clings and pulls back, but Peter forces it off piece by piece. Below, Eddie Brock has come to the same church. He's been disgraced, he's lost everything, and he's kneeling in a pew asking God to let Peter die. The symbiote falls onto Eddie from the bell tower above. It floods into him. Eddie becomes Venom, all the power of Spider-Man's black suit, all of Eddie's hatred for Peter, combined into something that wants Peter dead. Peter returns his aunt's ring and tells her he's not ready. She tells him that's okay, but she believes in him, and she knows he'll find his way back to what's right. Eddie has already made his move. He finds Flint, somehow still existing, reformed from the water and sand, and they form an alliance. Together they abduct MJ, seat her in a taxi, and suspend it in a massive web hundreds of feet in the air while chaos unfolds below, with Flint dismantling everything in reach. Peter sees it on the news and immediately goes to Harry. Harry is standing in a mirror looking at the ruin of his face. Peter asks him for help. Harry refuses and turns him away, but Harry's old family servant finds him after Peter leaves and tells him something he's been keeping back for years. His father didn't die at Spider-Man's hands. Norman Osborn took his own life. The death Harry has been avenging, the loss that defined his last few years, wasn't caused by Peter at all. Harry goes to find his glider. Peter reaches the scene and tries to get to MJ, but Eddie attacks him and holds him while Flint, now enormously enlarged, comes down on them like a sand avalanche. Peter fights both of them while MJ's taxi swings overhead. Harry arrives on his glider, and together the two of them hold back Flint and Eddie long enough to free MJ. Harry and Flint each take one of them. Harry battles the sand giant and brings him down with a series of concussive blasts. Peter and Eddie tear through each other in the scaffolding. At the critical moment, Eddie is about to deliver a fatal blow, and Harry flies his glider into the path of it. The impact kills him. Spider-Man stands over Eddie in a grief-fueled rage, and he realizes what he has to do. Metal conducts sound. High-frequency vibrations weaken the symbiote. He grabs steel pipes and strikes them against each other around Eddie, creating a sonic resonance that tears the symbiote away from him. The creature, freed from Eddie, rises into a massive writhing mass. Spider-Man throws a pumpkin bomb into it. It detonates. Eddie lunges back toward the symbiote as it explodes. He can't let go of it and dies in the blast. Flint approaches Peter in the aftermath. He tells the truth. He was there the night Peter's uncle died. He'd been trying to steal a car to get money for his daughter's treatment. He didn't intend pretend to shoot. It was panic. He's lived with it since. Peter looks at him for a long moment. Then he says it. He forgives him. He lets him go. Flint dissolves into sand and drifts away. At Harry's funeral, Peter and MJ stand together. Everything between them is complicated and broken in ways that will take time, but they're there and they're speaking, and maybe that's a start. And that, as broken and heavy as it is where the story ends. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like and let us know in the comments which Spider-Man film is your favorite.